Alright, so let's talk about Tron Ares. I was semi looking forward to this movie because it's Tron. I do like Tron Legacy, fantastic visuals, fantastic soundtrack. So when I heard a new Tron, I was excited. Then I heard the cast, got a little less excited. But let's talk about it. Let's start with the story, which is the worst part of this movie. It feels like a movie that is so scared that it's not going to get greenlit for a sequel that they just stuff everything into one. This movie could have easily been split out into an entire saga. It could have been a trilogy. And what upsets me the most, it doesn't connect all that much to the previous two installments. It just flashes characters from the previous two, and it very drive-by mentions them, specifically the events of Legacy, which are very important for the current context of the story. They don't acknowledge it very well or at all, and that leaves you with a lot to be desired from it. It just leaves you wanting more, is the best way to put it. There is so much going on in this movie. There are so many storylines that just each act has its own little movie, and it just feels so rushed. And there's no real fleshing out of any character. There's sort of here, plot point, plot point, plot point, plot point. There's no time to breathe. And in a movie like this, we needed a little bit more moment to get to know the characters, because I barely knew who the characters were, and all of a sudden they were already dying, and it was crazy quick. I'm like, I barely learned your name and you're already all over the place, and it's just so rushed. It's very unfortunate. So story, I have to give a Hot Pocket score. Now, cinematically speaking, it is a feast. Visually, it is stunning. The sound design, it is stunning. If this and F1, these are my front runners. I do not know of a movie that can beat those two in sound design. They are incredibly well done. And score. If this doesn't get nominated for score, I will riot, because it is so good. Nine Inch Nails outdoes themselves here. Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor outdo themselves with this score. It doesn't reach the same heights as Legacy, but that's because it's Daft Punk, and it's really unfair to compare the two, but this is a really good score. And visually speaking, it is also fantastic. There is a nice little thing that they do in this movie that really references the previous installments, and I really enjoy that, and I was very surprised by it, so I am not going to say exactly what they did, but my goodness, when that happened, it was awesome. But yeah, cinematically speaking, this is the easiest hand grenade score I think I've ever given for a movie. It is so cinematically breathtaking. So yeah. Directing, I thought it was pretty well directed. Nothing spectacular. Like I said, the movie's pacing was all over the place. It really put its foot on the gas and never let go, which in some cases is good. In the Superman movie, I thought it was pretty good. And I think the Superman movie is the best movie to compare this to. A movie that I think a lot of people will either find overstuffed or just really, really good. I just think that Superman is just better spread out and tells a much better and more cohesive story than this one, where this one definitely is plot point, plot point, plot point, plot point. How did we get to this plot point? I don't know. We just got here. So directing, I'm going to give a Hot Pocket score as well. Acting, I didn't think the performances were excellent, but they weren't bad. They were just okay. I don't think anyone really elevated beyond their role. And when the movie is moving as fast as it does, I don't blame them. It was really hard to really get to know any character, so the fact that they just did okay is already better than bad. So yeah, there wasn't really that standout awful performance that I was kind of expecting from this movie. So that was pretty nice. Nothing excellent, just good and okay at worst and best for some situations. But yeah, gonna give a hot pocket score here too. Um, Expectations and experience. This about met my expectations. I'll be honest. Visually speaking and cinematically wise, fantastic. Everything else is very undercooked and underwhelming. So to say I was whelmed is an understatement. So yeah, do I recommend this movie? For the visuals and the score, which kind of make it worth it alone, yes. For everything else, though, it's mostly a one and done. So I think I will have to say that this is a certified hot pocket movie. Good for a bite. Take a little breather. Bite again, and you'll be satisfied mostly, but you're gonna want something else later. But yeah, a solid little cinematic spectacle, but nothing really beyond that. And so if you're looking for a cinematic spectacle, hand grenade, easily. But for a movie as a whole, Hot Pocket score. So yeah, certified Hot Pocket movie. And that's pretty much all I have to say. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts and opinions on Tron Ares. If you've seen it or you're planning on seeing it, subscribe if you haven't already. And other than that, I'll leave you guys to it. Till next time, bye.